Imagine being on a treadmill, running as fast as you can, but getting nowhere. That's what it feels like when you're stuck in a cycle of discouragement. You're expending all this energy, but not making any progress. It's a feeling of frustration, of disappointment, of being trapped. And it's a universal experience, something we've all felt at some point in our lives. But what if I told you that this feeling of being stuck is not just an emotional state, but a coping mechanism, a way of dealing with a world that's no longer serving you? And what if I told you that there's a way to break free from this cycle, to upgrade your internal operating system and start moving forward again? It starts with recognizing the feeling of being stuck and understanding that it's not just a personal problem, but a systemic issue. Now, pay attention to this part. When we're feeling stuck, we often try to motivate ourselves with positive thinking and willpower. We tell ourselves to just work harder, to be more disciplined, to believe in ourselves. But what if this approach is not only ineffective, but actually perpetuating the problem? What if our internal narratives and thought patterns are reinforcing the cycle of discouragement rather than breaking free from it? It's like trying to escape a prison by building a stronger wall around yourself. You're not going anywhere. And this is where it gets dark. The old rules of motivation and self-improvement are no longer applicable in an exponentially shifting world. The game has changed, and we need to change our strategy if we want to survive, let alone thrive. But here's what nobody talks about. Our internal operating systems are often outdated and incapable of handling the rapid pace of change. We're trying to navigate a complex and dynamic world with a map that's no longer relevant. It's like trying to find your way through a city with a map from the 19th century. You're going to get lost and you're going to feel stuck. And this is where the mechanism of discouragement comes in. It's a coping mechanism that allows us to deal with the feeling of overwhelm and uncertainty. But it's also a self-imposed prison that prevents us from upgrading our internal operating system and breaking free from the cycle of discouragement. So what's the solution? It starts with recognizing the mechanism of discouragement and understanding how it's linked to our need for control and certainty in a chaotic world. Imagine this. You're trying to navigate a complex and dynamic system, but your internal compass is no longer calibrated. You're getting conflicting signals, and you're not sure which direction to go. That's what it's like when our internal operating system is outdated and incapable of handling the rapid pace of change. We need to recalibrate our internal compass to upgrade our operating system and start moving forward again. But how do we do that? It starts with recognizing the internal narratives and thought patterns that are perpetuating the cycle of discouragement and understanding how they're linked to our need for control and certainty in a chaotic world. It's a process of self-reflection, of introspection, of looking deep within ourselves and understanding what's driving our behavior. Now, let's talk about the concept of an awesome encourager. It's someone who motivates and inspires us, who helps us to see our potential and achieve our goals. But what if this concept is actually a form of external validation, rather than an internal source of motivation and empowerment? What if we're relying too heavily on others to motivate us, rather than tapping into our own inner strength and resilience? It's like trying to fill a bucket with water, but the bucket has a hole in it. You're never going to fill it up, no matter how much water you pour in. And this is where the practice of discouragement mapping comes in. It's a framework for identifying and rewriting the internal narratives that perpetuate discouragement, and providing a tool for upgrading our internal operating system and breaking free from the cycle of discouragement. But here's the thing, discouragement is not just an individual problem, but a collective one. We're all struggling with it in our own way, and we're all trying to find a way out. And this is where the concept of discouragement mapping comes in. It's a framework for identifying and rewriting the internal narratives that perpetuate discouragement, and providing a tool for upgrading our internal operating system and breaking free from the cycle of discouragement. It's like having a map that shows you the way out of the prison, but you have to be willing to take the first step. And that's where the Real Challenge comes in. Are you willing to confront the internal narratives and thought patterns that are holding you back and start rewriting them? Are you willing to take the first step towards breaking free from the cycle of discouragement? And this is where it gets real. The practice of discouragement mapping is not just about identifying and rewriting internal narratives, but about upgrading our internal operating system and breaking free from the cycle of discouragement. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our own thoughts, our own emotions, and our own actions. It's about taking responsibility for our own lives and our own destiny. And it's about creating a new reality, one that's based on our own inner strength and resilience, rather than external validation and motivation. So what's the next step? It's about taking the first step towards breaking free from the cycle of discouragement and starting to rewrite the internal narratives that are holding you back. It's about creating a new map, one that shows you the way out of the prison and into a new world of possibility and potential. And that's where our journey begins. As we delve deeper into the mechanism of discouragement, it becomes clear that our need for control and certainty in a chaotic world is a major catalyst. This is exactly why our internal narratives and coping mechanisms can perpetuate discouragement, as they often rely on a sense of predictability and stability. However, in an exponentially shifting world, this need for control can be a debilitating anchor, holding us back from adapting and evolving. The practice of discouragement mapping can help us identify and rewrite these internal narratives, but it requires a fundamental shift in our understanding of motivation and empowerment. We must recognize that our discouragement is not a personal failing, but a natural response to a world that is constantly changing. By acknowledging this, we can begin to break free from the cycle of discouragement and develop a more resilient approach to navigating the challenges of our rapidly changing world. The implications of this are profound. If we continue to rely on external validation and motivation, we will always be at the mercy of forces beyond our control. Remember when we said that our internal operating systems are often outdated, unable to keep pace with the rapidly shifting world? This is precisely why we need to upgrade our internal architecture to develop a more sovereign and resilient approach to motivation and empowerment. The concept of an awesome encourager can be seen as a form of external validation, rather than an internal source of motivation and empowerment. By recognizing this, we can begin to develop a more nuanced understanding of what drives us and what holds us back. This, in turn, can help us to break free from the cycle of discouragement and develop a more authentic internally driven approach to motivation and empowerment. So, what does this mean for our daily lives? How can we apply the principles of discouragement mapping to break free from the cycle of discouragement and develop a more sovereign approach to motivation and empowerment? The answer lies in developing a deeper understanding of our internal narratives and coping mechanisms. By recognizing the ways in which these narratives and mechanisms can perpetuate discouragement, we can begin to rewrite them, to develop a more resilient and adaptive approach to navigating the challenges of our rapidly changing world. This, in turn, can help us to develop a more authentic, internally driven approach to motivation and empowerment, one that is not reliant on external validation or encouragement. As we transition into this new paradigm, we must be aware of the potential pitfalls and challenges that lie ahead and be prepared to adapt and evolve in response. As we build towards a more sovereign approach to motivation and empowerment, we must be mindful of the potential obstacles and challenges that lie ahead. We must be prepared to confront our own limitations and biases and to develop a more nuanced understanding of what drives us and what holds us back. The practice of discouragement mapping can be a powerful tool in this journey, helping us to identify and rewrite the internal narratives that perpetuate discouragement. By developing a more resilient and adaptive approach to navigating the challenges of our rapidly changing world, we can break free from the cycle of discouragement and develop a more authentic, internally driven approach to motivation and empowerment. This, in turn, can help us to unlock our full potential, to achieve our goals and aspirations, and to live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. As we stand at the threshold of this new paradigm, we must be aware of the transition beat that lies ahead and be prepared to adapt and evolve in response. In conclusion, the discouragement hack is not just a concept, but a call to action. It's an invitation to join a community of individuals who are committed to breaking free from the cycle of discouragement and developing a more sovereign approach to motivation and empowerment. By applying the principles of discouragement mapping and developing a more nuanced understanding of what drives us and what holds us back, we can unlock our full potential and achieve our goals and aspirations. So, we invite you to take the first step on this journey, to start mapping your own discouragement and to begin developing a more resilient and adaptive approach to navigating the challenges of our rapidly changing world. Visit our website, join our community, and start your journey towards a more authentic, internally driven approach to motivation and empowerment. As you embark on this journey, remember that you are not alone and that there are many others who are walking this path alongside you. Learn more about the practice of discouragement mapping and how to upgrade your internal operating system at sovereign-synthesis.com.